Feeling is believing.
Researchers who study intelligence and different human capacities, the big hot new area is to look at the impact of the emotional on the intellectual and to see how much those two processes go together.
The concept that our conscious brains actually have receptors that both respond to prayer and also lead us to sense that a presence is with us at particular moments. Our medical technology allows us to track the area of the brain as it lights up with electrical activity. The notion here is that we, not God, are in effect creating our own response unwittingly, thus tricking ourselves into believing it is coming from elsewhere.
Explanation for why people have these experiences of a sense of a presence in the room, a presence of God or aliens or ghosts or lost loved ones that have died and come back to visit us, is that the left temporal lobe coordinates all the brain modules together into a sense of self. You feel, we all feel like a single person. I don't have multiple people in me, I'm just one. And by messing that up, by bombarding the right temporal lobe, what Persinger does is he creates a sense of two selves in the brain. So it sends one self and another self in the room, another presence in the room. Now, what that will be interpreted as depends on your culture and your experiences. People 400 or 500 years ago experienced incubi, succubi, because they lived in a demon-haunted world. People 100 years ago experienced spirits and ghosts because they lived in a spirit-haunted world. The kind of world we live in is an alien-haunted world. We live in a world filled with X-Files and Star Trek and Star Wars and all these search for extraterrestrial intelligence. We're obsessed with alien, the idea of alien intelligences. So of course we would interpret these anomalous experiences, these senses of presence, not as demons, but as aliens or gods, because we've always believed in gods.
No matter what the religion, no matter what the form of worship, prayer makes certain regions of the brain light up in a special and unique way.
Like this.
The frontal lobe, right behind the forehead.
Like this.
Focuses concentration.
Like this.
The limbic system, deep in the center, triggers feelings of awe and joy. The parietal lobe, at the back of the brain, brings on that feeling of becoming part of something greater than oneself.
The limbic system can be a place where fear is stored, but it can also be, as we're learning now, a place where that faith is stored as well. I think they're trying to find, is there a scientific basis for faith?
Why even bother studying it?
It's controversial, it's difficult.
Why even bother studying it?
Out of all the different kind of faiths, is this something that binds us together? Do our brains, no matter our faith, all seem to light up the same way? And does something change in the brain when someone is faithful?
Well, you're a neurosurgeon. What do you make of these brain scans showing the brain responding to prayer in a particular and very unique way?
I think there's something there.
What would you do? What would you do? What would you do? What would you do with the brain if you had one?
It's All in Your Head FM.
Homework car, there we are. This is It's All in Your Head FM, and we now turn our heads and yours to Viewpoint, where members of our listening community air their faith-based opinions on a variety of topics. Tonight's Viewpoint is from Dr. Harold Camping.
Good evening. I'm Father Harold Camping, founder of Family Radio of California, with a guest opinion today.
And now let's go back into history a little bit.
Billions of years ago, there was just a big bang in space. No one knows what caused the Big Bang, it just happened. And from this bang issued a huge rock. And on top of the rock was found a sweet, brown, bubbly substance. And over millions and millions of years, aluminum crept up the side and formed itself into a can, and then into a lid, and then into a pull tab on top of the can. And then millions of years later, red paint, blue paint, white paint fell from the sky and pulled itself into the words, 12 fluid ounces. Do not litter. And you say, Dr. Camping, you're insulting my intellect. Well, so I am, because we know that if a can is made, there must be a maker. And if it's designed, there must be a designer. To believe the soda can happened by chance is to move into an intellectual free zone. It's to have an echo when you think. It's to have brain liposuction. Well, think about that the next time you're enjoying your soda. I'm Father Harold Camping of Family Radio of California. I thank you for this guest opinion.
The views expressed on Viewpoint in no way resemble any viewpoints held by the Universal Media Netweb, Negativland, or It's All in Your Head FM, and after a 2-cent deposit may be returned.
Now, does God mean something very real to you, Henry? Yes.
We Christians don't call it evolution because we believe it isn't something coming up out of blind nature, but something coming down from the world of light, power, and knowledge beyond all nature.
Scientists say the human brain continues to change through the process of evolution.
Somebody
Scientists
looks
say
at the complexity of human life and says, given enough time, anything can happen.
Scientists say
another looks at that and says, given enough time, anything can happen.
the brain has evolved about as much as it ever will.
Another looks at that and says, a complex design like this